On the 14th of August 1980, a strike broke out at the Lenin shipyard in Gdańsk to defend Anna Walentynovich, an activist with the free trade unions of the coast who had been fired. Municipal strike committees were also formed in Elbląg and Szczecin. On the 26th of August 1980, strikes began in Lower Silesia, and 3 days later mines in Upper Silesia joined in. Plants from all over the country also joined the protests.
Sierpień 80 to jest erupcja tej
August of 1980 is the eruption of that true solidarity and the will to be a free man in a free country. I would only move the date a little. Not the signing of the August agreements excites me so much, but more the beginning of the strike, that is the strike in defense of Anna Walentynovich.
emocjonuje.
Among the demands of the workers, in addition to social issues, were also political issues. The 21 demands of the Inter-Union Strike Committee were created by, among others, Lech Wałęsa, Andrzej Kołodziej, Bogdan Lis, Andrzej Gwiazda, and Anna Walentynovich. Acceptance of free trade unions, independent of parties and employers, under Convention number 87 of the International Labor Organization on the Freedom of Association, ratified by the People's Republic of Poland. Guarantee the rights to strike and the safety of strikers and supporters. Restoration of previous rights, people fired from their jobs after the 1970 and 1976 strikes, students expelled from universities for their beliefs. Release of all political prisoners, including Edmund Zadrożyński, Jan Kozłowski, Marek Kozłowski. Abolition of repression for beliefs. The communist government yielded under the scale of the protests. Agreements were signed on the 30th of August 1980 in Szczecin, on the 31st of August in Gdańsk, on the 3rd of September in Jastrzębie-Zdrój, and on the 11th of September at the Katowice Steelworks. This was the political beginning of the end for Edward Gierek. By virtue of the events of August 1980, the so-called Carnival of Solidarity was created. At its peak, as many as 10 million Poles belonged to the independent self-governing trade union. Actually, the social movement insisted that free independent labor unions be established, and we accomplished that, didn't we? We live in a free country precisely because 43 years ago, the whole world of labor, white-collar workers and students, joined this movement to fight against that system. Many experts point out that solidarity would never have been established if it had not been for the election of Karol Wojtyła as Pope. During the Pope's first pilgrimage to Poland in 1979, Poles were finally able to make themselves count. The memories are pleasant, of course, although we have to keep in the back of our minds what followed, that the agreement was temporary and preordained to be broken. Celebrations marking the 43rd anniversary of the August agreements began yesterday in Szczecin with the participation of President Andrzej Duda.
Powinniśmy klękać przed tymi pomnikami.
We should kneel before these monuments. That's why throughout history, those very workers of that time from the year 1970, 1971, 1980, 1976 are heroes, also because they won that freedom without weapons in hand. The Carnival of Solidarity lasted until the 13th of December, 1981, when Wojciech Jaruzelski tried to crush Polish independence aspirations with tanks. The communists maintained full power in Poland until 1989.